So, Sagittarius, this is actually a really nice spread because what I'm seeing here is that some of you may be recovering or have been recovering from past months where there was a situation where you may have felt defeated or things looked bleak. I want to say that this is in regards to, I want to say it's something you've been dealing with for the past several months, but perhaps it came to a head last month in November. But this month you're looking at healing and recouping from whatever this suffering and this loss may have been. The Star card and the Temperance card at the top of the spread is saying that there's healing taking place and also renewed hope. That out of this dark situation, there's something really beautiful and important to be gained. I feel that you are coming up as the King of Wands in the center of the spread, and we can see that the King is focused on this Ten of Swords situation. So this month is really about healing because we have the Temperance card above the King of Wands, and then we have the Nine of Pentacles. For some of you, this may have been a financial situation as well. But basically, the spread is saying that luck is on your side this month, that you're going to be able to move forward. There's some type of unexpected, pleasant surprise on the horizon for you. Maybe something that in the past, regarding this Ten of Swords situation, you had hoped it would turn out a certain way and it didn't. But this month, we're seeing a pleasant surprise in regards to that. So again, as an example, if we're dealing with finances or money, perhaps you've been struggling financially and really trying to consider how to invest your money, how to best appropriately spend money. And this month, there's a pleasant surprise that really rushes you into a situation where you're coming up as the Nine of Pentacles. And this is a woman who's very self-made, independent, very confident, very comfortable financially. We can see that she's got this beautiful dress and even an exotic bird in her hand. And she's surrounded by the fruits of her labor and her pentacles. So this is saying that by the end of the month, you're going to feel much more confident and comfortable and secure and stable, whether or not that has to do with finances or money. I do see that by the middle of the month, you're kind of analyzing where you're going to go, how you're going to better invest yourself. You know that whatever this was in the past didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. So now you're looking at new ways and trying to find new ways to invest in time, to invest your time, invest your resources, or just invest yourself and your energy into something. The Page of Swords as the overall energy, this can be, it's some type of communication, and this can be good or bad. But with this pairing up with the Page of Cups, which is a pleasant surprise, I really feel like this message is going to be something of good news. And again, this is something that's coming up in the, I want to say, middle to end of December, okay? The Three of Wands is above the Page of Cups, and the Three of Wands is a man who is sure of the direction in which he desires to go. He now has a plan. He knows what's going to work and what's not going to work. The Two of Wands is about decisions, making the appropriate decision, whereas the Three of Wands is this man is now sure of the decision he needs to make and he's going to proceed in that direction. So really, this is about healing. This is about good luck. This is about things turning around for you. Even though we don't have the Wheel of Fortune here, which I feel, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that it didn't come up in this spread. But this is basically saying, look, we've had some hard times. Things are moving in a more positive direction for you now. And whatever this pleasant surprise is, it's going to be coming in rather quickly at the end of the month. Because we have the Knight of Wands beneath it. So let me look a little bit more in depth on this. We'll look at the Ten of Wands. Or I'm sorry, Ten of Swords. So maybe what happened was you were let down by a friend or someone that you trusted and confided in, because we have the Thought card here. We have the letter, and then we have the friend. So some communication from a friend or a confidant, someone you trusted, that you weren't maybe expecting to go in the direction that it had. And it really caused you to pause and consider whether or not you can proceed with this person or trust this person. Maybe this shed light on the relationship that you have with this person. And this can be someone like a boss, if you trusted, and confided in your boss, or it can be a literal friend or a family member, even a partner or a spouse that you've been let down by in some way. Let's look at the Page of Cups here. Yeah, see, there's some type of pleasant news. Again, some type of message that you're receiving. We see that with the Page of Swords as well. Some message that you're receiving that's positive news that can put in place some type of reunion with this person, and even make you feel like you're standing on a more confident ground. This card, the Lord, is someone who, he's usually a man in charge, but it can just portray confidence, success, victory. So whatever this is, this reunion takes place towards the middle to the end of the month, where you're regaining your confidence in this situation. Okay? And I'm sorry for the coughing. I have a toddler who's homesick. Okay, so that's what I have for the general reading. Let's go ahead and look at for singles for the month of December. One more time. All right. Five of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Fool, Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, Three of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Five of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. So Sagittarius, first and foremost, this card at the bottom of the deck as the overall energy, this is your energy as the King of Wands, okay? Let me look over this spread. To be honest with you, I feel that some of you may be in some form of competition with someone else for someone's affections or to be noticed. I feel that this is someone that you may be working really, really hard in order to let them know of your interest, trying to build a stronger rapport or relationship with. And I feel there's a lot of sexual attraction or chemistry with this person. This can also go the other way, where someone's working hard for your affections. And if that's the case, you're coming across to them as someone who's just very lighthearted and, enjoying life and just being carefree and optimistic. And that may be something that they find highly attractive. And again, there's this strong sexual chemistry there, or this person finds you very attractive. I feel that in the month of December, you may be attending holiday parties or events, some type of social gatherings where this person is present. And I feel that they are really struggling to make it known to you just how interested they are. It's like they're trying to work on a friendship with you. And you know what? I want to say for some of you, this is like a work holiday party. Okay, like some type of work event. If you work for a corporation or some type of environment where there's a lot of policies, rules or regulations, this would be the kind of work holiday party where this person will be present. And because I feel you work together, they're having a hard time telling you about their romantic feelings for you. And this, again, can go the other way, where maybe you're interested in someone that you work with, but you're having a hard time being open with them and honest with them about your true feelings. So you feel a little stuck. You're not sure how you can get your feelings across. We have the Five of Cups as the outcome card here. And the Five of Cups is about sorrow and loss. So I'm feeling, though, that the sorrow and loss comes in when you don't feel like you were able to express your feelings with this person by the end of the month. And again, it can go the other way, where someone wants to express this to you and they're feeling the sorrow and loss because they haven't been able to really tell you about how they feel. Let's look at it a little bit more closely. I feel like either, again, you're battling for their affections because there's other people that are interested, or they're battling for your affections because there's other people interested in you, whether you recognize that or not. Because this is a work situation, I kind of feel like you're really kind of focused on work. You're just, we look at the Eight of Pentacles here, and this guy, he's just working diligently, making these pentacles, one after the other after the other. He's not really focused on looking up and looking around his environment to see what's going on around him. So, all his attention's where his work is. So that may be you in a sense where, you're so focused on your work and getting things done, maybe year-end stuff, that comes up and it's busy at work. But there's other people around you that you're not noticing or paying attention to that are really interested in you and really want to, spend time with you or get to know you. But whoever this particular person is for you, they have strong feelings for you and they're having a really hard time expressing it. Again, this could go vice versa, where you're the one having that challenge. Let's look at the Five of Cups. So with the Five of Cups, in the beginning, there's hope for a relationship, okay? This is the reunion card again, but this card can not only speak to a reunion with a person you've already been involved with in some capacity, this can be someone new that wants a relationship as well. So this is the hope, either your hope or someone else's hope with you, is to have this relationship. But there's some significant change, or perhaps this person recognizes, hey, there's someone else in the picture that, you know, you spend a lot more time with, or you recognize this person's kind of spending a lot of time with this other person. And so it's almost like you feel they're taking this person away from you. But this card can also just symbolize some type of change that comes about suddenly and unexpectedly. And the priest here is a single man. So this talks about staying single or remaining single. I want to look at, let's see. I want to look at the Three of Pentacles because this is the work situation that I'm seeing. Yeah, it's saying here that there's someone that you may work with that has been thinking about you a lot. They're looking for some type of reprieve. They're wanting some type of blessing, and they're trying to be of service to you. They're trying to, in other ways, let you know that they're interested without openly expressing it, okay? And this is on the Three of Pentacles, so this is a work situation. Now, I want to say also, just for some of you real quick, what this spread is expressing to me, that for some of you, you may have had a hard time in relationships where you're battling a lot, or there's a lot of petty arguments back and forth with a partner. You're now single, and maybe you're spending a lot of your time just enjoying your friends and going out and celebrating and getting active in social gatherings. But this month, you may be more focused on work and focused on building your career or obtaining some kind of promotion, that you're kind of missing out on an opportunity with a potential love partner that's interested. But again, they're not making themselves openly known. Okay. That's what I have for you, single Sagittarians, for the month of December. Just keep your eyes out. You know, if you are interested in beginning something, keep your eyes out, because there is someone who's interested, and they're just kind of, again, they may offer to buy you lunch, or they may say, hey, let's go to lunch together, or hey, what are your plans for the holidays? You know, just someone who's trying to make a lot of small talk with you or spend time with you, but they're not being open about it. Okay, so let's look at couples for the month of December. We have, the Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Hierophant, the Five of Cups, the Emperor, the Magician, the Hermit, and the Two of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. So very interesting that we have the Empress and the Emperor in the same spread. Let me just look over this really quickly here. Another interesting thing that I'd like to point out is we have the Five of Cups in the center, which talks again about loss, sadness. And then on either side of this Five of Cups, we have the Hierophant and the Emperor. And they're both looking at this Five of Cups situation. So then we look at what's above and below. Well, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Hermit. And with this, we have 3 major arcanas surrounding this Five of Cups. And then we have some type of opportunity communicated to us. So basically what this is telling me is there's a situation where you may be feeling a lot of sadness or a loss. Perhaps a relationship has recently ended with the 8 of Wands here. It's something that was kind of ushered in and a bit unexpected, that you received this communication. And it's kind of like the truth came out. The truth was revealed. But these 2 cards, these 2 major arcana cards, the Hierophant and the Emperor, are saying to you, first of all, keep faith, trust in the process. Maybe this was for the best, okay? That things panned out the way that they have. And the Emperor is a reminder to you that you're in control of this, in a sense. You know, we can't always control our emotions, but we can control our reactions and we can control our perceptions. So the Emperor reminds you that you are in control of your life and you're in control of what you allow in and what your expectations are and what your boundaries are. And as the Emperor, you can turn things around for yourself. You don't have to wallow in pain or suffering or loss. It's up to you to take the initiative to have a more positive outlook and own your strength, own your power, because only when you do that are you going to be able to practice what the Magician and the 2 of Wands is saying, which is the Magician, of course, being that you ultimately have your power. Again, it's owning your power. And you own your power by having faith in yourself, having faith in the process. And in, you know, things happen in life. We don't understand why at the time, but maybe as time goes on and we can see things more objectively from our past, we understand why things unfolded the way that they did. Doesn't make it any easier, doesn't mean that it's just, but it just means we have a better understanding of why and how that ultimately changed us for the better, okay? The 2 of Wands here is saying, once you own your power, once you have that faith in yourself again, you're going to be able to make better decisions. You're going to be able to see why this happened and what you need to do long term. In other words, maybe this person that you're currently with, there may be a separation that takes place, but ultimately it's for your higher good. And then somebody better comes in down the road who you can truly appreciate because this relationship has taught you something. I also feel, let me see here. I'm just looking at the Emperor and the Empress. It's almost like the male in this relationship is focused on the loss and sadness and the grief. I don't know if it seems to me, honestly, something was kept secret that will come to light this month, perhaps. And the Emperor may be the one that feels sadness, you know, so the male in the relationship may feel some sadness and loss. Because whatever this truth is, it's not something that he really, you know, was expecting or something that he wanted to know or hear. And now he has decisions to make by the end of the month. You know, whomever is the one who's feeling the grief, the strong message here is the Hermit reminds us to be introspective, to really ask ourselves those hard questions about what we need, what we want, and what makes us happy. And by doing that, again, the Hermit is shining a light on the Magician, saying you have control, and you have everything at your disposal to make the right decision now. Because whatever this truth was that came out, yes, it was hurtful. It wasn't something that maybe you wanted to hear, but it's something you needed to know in order to make the right decision for yourself. Okay? Let's look at this. I want to look at the Five of Cups. Yeah, see, there's something here about a wife or a mother. This person really sees you, if you're the woman, as a gift, or if you're the male, you see your partner as a true blessing, as a gift, okay? Also, this is saying whatever this communication is that you're hearing about, it's a gift that you're getting the truth, in a sense. Because nobody wants to hear bad news, but ultimately we need to know what the truth is in order to make the right decision. And then we have an ending of some kind. This card also symbolizes a transformation in the way that we perceive and understand things, and in the way that we're processing our emotions. And it's regarding a woman, it's regarding a wife or a mother, or someone that you may just simply have children with, okay? I want to look at the Ace of Swords. Yeah. There's something here about there can be another person, maybe someone that you may perceive as an enemy, or someone that you just don't trust. And it's causing you to pause and consider. We see that here with the Hermit as well. But whatever this news is that you're not happy about, it's causing you to really stop in your tracks and kind of process what is going on. And if this isn't you, this could be your partner. You know, if you know that there's a secret or something that you've been keeping that needs to be shared, it's coming to light this month, okay? And then we have the card of like a consolation or a reprieve. So I kind of feel like whoever this is, the Emperor, it's almost like he's had his suspicions and doubts, but he never had any proof. But this month he's getting that proof. So it's like a constellation. It's a consolation in the sense that he's finally getting his proof, although it's something he really doesn't want to hear. You know, nobody wants to have to hear bad news like that. But it needs to come out in the open, because if it doesn't, I mean, it's just left sitting there, and this person is going to keep having their suspicions until it comes to light.